I don't like to be approached at the gym just because it is my safe place.
One thing I do at my office in London is we actually have a safe place for men in our office where women aren't permitted to talk in our meetings. Oh. And it's just a nice place for men that they can feel comfortable to discuss ideas and solve problems without women interrupting them. And it's really spiked our productivity in the last quarter by about 53%.
Do you have a space like that for women, where men aren't allowed to talk?
So we have the conference room. Women usually have the women's bathroom, and they could get their. That's your guys' top.
That's where women should gossip. Just
yeah.
Bathroom.
Well, the cleaning supplies are there in our office, so the women can help out with the cleaning of the desks.
I just had 5 grown men walk by, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle to like carry all of my and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs.
Well, contrary to what was written across that screen, I don't believe that there's anything at all wrong with most men. In fact, especially if a person pays attention to what some women post on social media, those gentlemen were doing exactly what a lot of those women have been asking men to do. Leave them alone. Don't approach them, and certainly don't talk to them. So why exactly would they be inclined to help some woman that they don't know, not knowing how exactly she's going to react to having those men approach her?
They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally like dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
And I cannot blame them for that, because they had no way of knowing how a strange woman would react to being approached by a strange man. Honestly, it's best that they just played it safe and kept their distance. But a lot of women really want to be treated as equals until they're treated the same way that a lot of men are.
How the fuck is it fair that women have the choice to leave their marriages, some of them even cheat, and now the ex-husband has to pay her way and essentially maintain 2 households because of her choice? How the fuck is that fair? And how the is it in the best interest of the children for a dad to try to maintain 2 households, and he's so strapped for money because mom's household is the priority? Like, there's no freaking way that this is fair. Why the hell, after a divorce, is mom so prioritized and the dads are consistently on, even though their household is equally as important? Make that make sense. These fathers are never considered in the same capacity for their standard of living as the mothers. And women will always claim it's about the children, they need more, and they claim to need all this freaking money, but the reality is that these women are expecting these men to give them a income. It's called support for a reason. But not only that, is she actually has the audacity when she gets that child support number and it's $130 to actually say, what about my rent? Like, he is not responsible for your rent. If your ex is responsible for maintaining his own household, his own bills, his own utilities, then you are expected to give 50% of your portion as well. It's not rocket science. It's a hell of an incentive to leave your family and disrupt your family and have a broken home, knowing well that your ex-husband is responsible now for your standard of care. The fucked up part about it is that if these men decide to get a better paying job or get a promotion, these women actually have the audacity to take them back to court to modify their agreement. What's actually hilarious is how many women will get so bent out of shape when he asks to provide proof of where the money is going, because we all know well she doesn't need as much money as she claims. And the reality is that these men really only have 2 options. They can drown themselves in debt to fight a situation that's up against them to begin with, or they can forfeit and be considered a deadbeat. Okay, bye.
But why do women feel that they can't court a man when he's courting her? So why do women feel like you can't tell him, hey, get dressed, meet me here, or I'm going to come pick you up. We got dinner plans. We got this. Let me fly you out. Why is it a problem for women to do the same thing to men, but expect the man to do everything? I guess I'm just like, I'm mind blown when it comes to that.
So I'm a jump in on that, because I can relate to you. So I think that a lot of women was raised off of survival and not love. I think a lot of women was raised on literally coming out of survival. I wasn't, and I'm just speaking from my personal experience. I was raised out of love. I was taught that if he paid a bill, you leave the tip.
I don't participate in those conversations because I think that women who don't take care of the men that they love are broke, to be quite honest. The ones who complain about, oh, why are you doing that? It's because they don't have it to do. Because let me tell you something. When a woman loves a man, she will spin that bag.
Man, this is the Nothing But the Truth live podcast.
Did y'all see this video?
So I'm just sitting in the truck in the doctor's office parking lot waiting to go in. You know, about 5 years ago, I probably would have got out to help. They don't need no man. I've also been sitting here for about 25 minutes, and they've been doing it for about 25 minutes.
That's how a lot of men are feeling right now. And the crazy part is a lot of these men want to go over there and do it. Their instincts are telling them to get up and help, but a lot of men are fighting that off and just saying no. It sucks, but this is just where we are right now. A lot of men have just checked out of this whole helping a woman out thing. It's crazy because there are so many women screaming they're independent and they don't need a man, but there are a bunch of women who aren't like that, and they're paying the price for those other women. Because we don't know if those women were screaming independence, but they still paid the price for it. And it sucks too, because it looked like they were struggling. I don't know why they didn't call roadside assistance, but that's not the point. The point is times are changing, and a lot of you women just have to start adapting to how these men are. It sucks, but it is what it is.
Equal treatment for women! Equal treatment for women!
Except we're getting charged with a crime.
What?
Well, men generally get harsher prison sentences than women. That's not fair.
Okay. Equal treatment for women except we're getting charged with a crime!
And when playing sports and fighting. Well, men and women shouldn't play sports together because men are physically stronger than women. It's not fair. It's not fair. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Equal treatment for women except we're getting charged with a crime and playing sports and fighting!
And paying for dinners and buying drinks and getting drafted into the military and doing dirty jobs. Come on. Okay, guys, I got a better idea. Let me just 1 second.
Treat us like women! Treat us like women! Treat us like women!
I think that women are significantly more narcissistic. I think filters, women are starting to think they actually look like they're filters. Like, I swear to God, true. When I go on social media and I say younger women are more attractive than older women, you know what I get? I get married 37-year-old mothers tweeting at me their selfies, proving to me that they are the epitome of hotness. My God, these always get millions of views. Now, if I do women like rich men, I don't get men tweeting at me that they're poor and they can still get women. I don't see it. I don't think we live in reality because I don't think men ever really correct us.
When women make their own money, the last thing they want to do is support a man. Last thing they want to do is support a man.
Believe it or not, no. When women make good money, they don't. When women make money, they don't need a man because they make enough money. They have.
Okay, repeat that sentence again.
When women make enough money, they don't really need a man.
Okay, say that one more time again.
When
women make what? What did you say? When women make money?
Enough money, they really don't need a man.
You do understand your sentence just defeated your entire argument, right?
No, it didn't. It didn't. But that's what I'm saying.
Let's debunk the patriarchy, at least the way it's described today. It's often framed as men building a system to benefit themselves with little or no consideration for women. When in reality, for most of human civilization, the average man couldn't vote, didn't own land, and had no real say in the laws that he lived under. What he did always have were obligations. Being a man meant being expected to fight and to do dangerous work and to absorb the risk when things went wrong. Extremely limited agency paired with heavy responsibility. And we forget that formal authority was usually about duty and not control. The duty was to protect the women and children of society. And women weren't powerless spectators. They held real influence, running households, shaping values and religion, culture and tradition, raising the next generation. In other words, women may not have commanded the armies, but they shaped the people, values, and social structures that armies existed to protect. A role-based system built around survival. When we flatten that into an oppressor-victim story, we erase how constrained most men were and how much influence that most women actually had.
Well, a lot of time these modern women like to act like and make it seem like men don't have a lot of discipline. or discipline, and men are not controlled. They like to make it seem like men are erratic. The decisions that they make are sporadic. They don't really have a lot of planning to them. They're just kind of scatterbrained. They're all over the place, and I can't really trust a man that's like that, yada, 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 and knowing good and well you're lying. You know good and well you're not telling the truth. But modern women, to suit their ego and to make themselves feel better, modern women, they need a little bit more than therapy, right? I don't think medication would do it. Modern women have real mental, it's real mental illness. It's a real mental illness at this point in time. And I don't even think it's defined in the, it's been so long since it's not the DMV. It's, the book of psychology. I think they're on like 5 or 6 now. I just can't remember the book. I had it all throughout undergrad, but it is basically a huge book where they have all of these illnesses, psychological sort of things. And really, this hasn't been added to that. This modern woman mental illness disease has not been added to it. But it's a new phenomenon where modern women, it's just a warped way of thinking that men need to stay far, far away from.
Now I'm like, oh, but I'll tell you the moment that got me. And I'll try not to cry as I say it. I already started eyes wet up a little bit. I remember talking to you about bankruptcy, and I said, I'm talking about the options, and you're obviously pissed because, I'm remaining optimistic about how everything could work out. We're taking out money from lines of credit. We're maxing out credit cards. We are literally paying employees as we go into debt. Every payroll run, we're going into debt. The way I remember the conversation ending, at least, because, I got what I needed out of the conversation, and it's not what I was hoping for, really. My goal was just to say, hey, I f***ed up. And you said, Brian, we can move into a 1-bedroom studio with the kids. We're good. We're going to figure this out. And wow, man, you want to talk about motivation when, I basically just told you that I f***ed up really bad and lost so much, lost basically all our money, literally, into a business you didn't even want to be part of. And you said, hey, we're good. We're going to be all right. You know what that did for me? It's time to get the f*** up and figure this out, because she still believes in you somehow. So now it's time for you to go figure this out. But, oh man, you want to talk about strength. That was a real kick in the butt for me of, this isn't about you, Brian. You might be fine, but you got people counting on you, and you got to go figure this out, which looks like we have.
As a wife in a healthy, happy marriage, I run a strict program. You want to know what it is? I'm going to tell you. I don't play about a lot of things, okay? I don't play about my husband, and I don't play with my husband. I don't play in his face. He ain't going to play in mine. You understand what I'm saying? I'm Kiara Lachey. Stick around so I can tell you all of the ways that I don't play and how I run this strict program. We've been married for a long time. And one of the things that I also am very adamant about is respect, communication, constant communication. That is important because as I grow as a woman, as I change, as I evolve, I have to keep that, communication flowing with my husband so he understands, how to flow with me, and I understand how to flow with him. Late night with your homeboys, we're not doing that. We've grown. We got kids. It's safe in this house. It's warm. It's cozy. We're going to be here. We're going to be cuddled up doing or playing some games or skating around the house. We're going to be doing something safe, okay? Don't go outside embarrassing me. Don't be in everybody's face. Kiki. Don't be doing all that. We don't need that. I'm not a jealous person, but what you're not going to do is make me look crazy, okay? And I don't do it either. I'm not going to do that either. I'm very friendly, but I'm also very, very respectful, okay? You represent me when you walk out the house. I represent him when I walk out the house. You know what I mean? So I'm going to look good. You're going to be able to say, that's my wife, and be proud about it. And I want to be able to say, that's my husband. I am. I'm able to say, that's my husband. Yeah, that's my man. My man. Another thing is, if I'm working all day long and I come home I don't want to have to clean, cook, get the babies ready, all the things for bed and all those things. Teamwork. So teamwork, same for him. If he's had a long day at work, we both are CEOs of our company, a multi-million-dollar supplement company, Just Move Supplements. Shout out to us. Hey, come on. We have long days, right? So when we come home, we do it together. Kitchen, you know, clean the kitchen or get the girls ready for bed and so forth. Keep dating. Period. I talk to him in his love language. He talks to me in mine. He loves affection. I love acts of service. Every single day we do something towards our love languages, feeding our love languages. Ooh, if we're out and we're having a disagreement or something, again, we will talk about it at the house. I'm going to have your back. You're going to have mine. Whether it's wrong or right, it doesn't matter, but we'll talk about it at home. I'm real strict with that. Don't go outside, Ashy. Don't piss me off.
My man ain't give me nothing for Christmas.
Why he didn't get you nothing for Christmas? That's unacceptable. He had all year.
Okay, but it's because I didn't shut my mouth. And he be telling me, you gotta be quiet, you gotta shut your mouth sometimes, and you don't be knowing how to act. But I don't feel bad.
Mouth. You always run your mouth. I told you already, your money is tied to your mouth. You need to shut the up. See, that's what's wrong with you young folks. Auntie. Now, I don't agree with him not getting you nothing for Christmas because he know you got a slick mouth already, but I keep telling you, your mouth gonna get you in trouble. Your mouth gonna have you single and lonely just like all these other young folks around here. You're around here thinking because you got on nice lashes, makeup, and a nice cute body and a cute face that's gonna keep him around. He gonna get him a little ugly six and turn into somebody he wanted to be while you over there looking cute with no man and that girl getting all that stuff that you could have had. Now, make this the last time. That's what's wrong with you young folks. You keep playing with these men thinking because you look good. What you guys say, you cook and clean, but you don't shut the f up. Keep it up.
That should be enough. I'm watching my
No. Shut up because you want money and you want things done. That's how you get everything. Why you think I always live a good, peaceful life? Because I shut my mouth. When I was younger, I went through that one time. I ain't never opened my mouth. I learned how to shut my mouth up. And that's what's wrong with you young folks. The money is connected to your mouth. Both ways now, don't forget that. Listen,
I know
that's the only
right,
time you need to be hollering in that bedroom. That's it. That's the only time you need to be hollering.
Auntie, now I'm telling you, I get okay. I gets down.
You gets down, but you gets down with that mouth and he gonna pop you in it. You need to stop it.
Okay.
So what you gonna do? He gonna get him a nice young lady, then you're gonna be mad playing the Monica song. Why her? Now you're gonna be calling me for more advice. And I'm gonna say, now you gotta get your together and then I can give you more pointers on that. But you got a good man.
I know, I love
and he
him,
still should have got you something for Christmas.
Exactly. See?
Maybe he did. Well, it's the day after.
It's the day after.
So what you gonna do?
I should leave him.
Well, you want your Christmas gift, you better do something. You must have really pissed him off, because if not, he probably over there with somebody else. You better go get your man before somebody else get him, baby.
Oh my God.
Girl, call that man now. Go and call that man and come back.
So do me a favor, to all my brown girls who are starting college, you actually don't have to date the first guy that gives you attention. And believe me, I know I'm speaking from experience, because I was super sheltered in high school, didn't really date, was a late bloomer. So when I got to high school, I was like, when I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season. And like all these guys are like starting to give me attention, and like everyone's being so social. And literally like the first guy I met on the first day I moved in, I ended up dating him on and off for a year. Why? You don't have to settle for someone's crusty, dusty son. Like settle in, get your friend group going, see like where you kind of vibe, and then maybe like wait for the third guy, or like the fifth guy that gives you attention, and then like maybe you can like go for that.
Quantifying when you should by the third to the fifth person makes no sense. As if the third to fifth guy is going to be a better option than the first guy. Like, what are you talking? Like, is there not any requirements that you can teach them to look out for, to identify the characteristics of a guy who is trying to seriously date? Like, could you not do that? Oh, that's right. You were too busy popping that punani flapjack in white boy frat houses. Fun college times with us all, including waking up multiple times with a sore anus. Here we go.
Wait, okay. I met this guy on Tinder. I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over. I like woke up in the morning and like my was a little sore.
Also, all my G's out there, when you're dating these young women, always acknowledge, right? Like, always pay attention to the way that they talk about men. If they talk about prior men within their lives as crusty dusty, these are the women that have a low barometer hate for men. They don't honor or appreciate what a man is, and at times of conflict within relationship, that's their default. But anyway, it's clear in watching this clip.
Dark time in my life, but I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again.
Liz in the house. She claims she rode it through with him.
When I first met Akash, I felt there was something so special about him. He has character, he has integrity, like he loves me so much. That kind of connection withstood all of the bad times. Even though everything got so bad, I would just pray so hard every day just to get out of that situation. And I feel like slowly but surely we kind of crawled out of it.
Oh, that just sounds so amazing. She was busy just praying for him while he was grinding to make it work. Just so interesting to watch the degree of cope within him to somehow now, as a system of validation, give her these things that he was unable to do previously, while her also acting like it's never enough, complaining that his birthday is one of the worst days out the year, and complaining that she has to get him a gift on Christmas.
You know, I really like that story at the beginning of the video, where the man made a mistake, and he essentially had to go out there and figure it out. He had to go out there and fix it. He said, I don't know how I want to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but you know, if my wife is saying let's do it, let's get it done. Let's figure out I mean, she's already going into, okay, let's move into a 1-bedroom. Obviously, we don't want to do that, but we're going to figure it out, right? And, you know, I think the other side of that is, and it's not something that she mentioned, but the other side of that is, you know, we were in business and we were making money, right? But then I made a mistake and, you know, we went belly up. And so now we have to look at bankruptcy and we have to fix it. And now she's saying, okay, let's fix it. You got us to the promised land once. I think you can do it again. So I'm gonna roll with you. And it's not necessarily about money. It's about her saying, you know, this is not a great situation, but let's retool. That's what men are looking for. And modern women don't know how to give that. They know how to receive it. They know how to take it. They want a man to say these types of things to them, but they don't want to give a man the assurance that he needs, especially in his times of vulnerability and uncertainty.
What is wrong with modern dating nowadays?
Okay. So guys think that they don't have to like put effort or win women over. They just kind of expect traditional men, they would take you out on dates and, ask your parents out. But now it's just like, yo, you up?
Literally, they don't want to pay for anything. Like, excuse me? I agreed to go out with you.
Brokey. Same thing they said. Like, they just don't want to be like men anymore. I feel like men used to like build walls and like do shit. Like they used to go to war. Like,
look at all these men down here. Like, you think that they're like gonna treat a woman right? No.
And ladies, stop dating men based on what other women think. There is no reason why you should be dismissing a man that you already like because your friends think that he's not tall enough or cute enough or funny enough or impressive enough. Y'all have been treating dating like it's some kind of competition to find the most conventionally attractive person that's also interested in you. And that's not what it is. If that's your mindset, you're treating men like a purse or an accessory, just something to compliment you while they stand there and do nothing. It's giving trophy wife, but in reverse. How did y'all reverse misogyny? Dating is supposed to be about finding someone who you enjoy spending time with, who cherishes you and loves you and respects you, as opposed to finding somebody that every time they walk into a room, your friends say, dang girl, you did that. Why would that matter to you? Your relationship does not require group approval of any kind. The only opinion that matters is your own. Do you feel safe? Do you feel loved? Do you feel cherished? Everything else is noise. Because at the end of the day, your friends are not dating him. You are. Either you like him or you don't.
I don't think women understand that men don't want to provide for the woman who says, oh, I deserve it. Oh, as he should. No. Like, men want to provide for the woman who says, thank you so much. Like, thank you. You really changed my life. You really, like, make my life easier. Like, thank you. I want to make your life easier in a lot of ways, too. Like, it should be this mutual respect for one another, because a man is not going to be respected when you're saying, oh, as he should, As he should. He should give me that. Like, it's so damaging to relationships nowadays. But that's just my opinion.
Ask a man what a good woman is.
Does anyone out there think that this individual has the slightest clue at all of what men actually think? Well, let's find out.
And watch him describe a maid with model looks.
Oof. Now that was just embarrassing. Believe it or not, though, that was actually a very good example of showcasing how a lot of women actually think, and they believe that a lot of men really think that way. Unfortunately, and quite obviously, they're not actually talking to men to get these sorts of opinions and to reinforce them. No, they're actually having most of these conversations with other women and from the echo chambers that they create for themselves on social media. But heaven forbid if they ever actually had a meaningful conversation or dialogue with a lot of men, they would realize that no, men aren't looking for a maid with model looks. Most men are actually looking for someone who's going to be there to support them, a partner, and someone to share their life with.
Why do women have to prove their value, but men just have to show up?
I think it's the opposite. I think men have to prove their value, and a woman just has to show up.
It depends on who you asking.
No, I think if you're pretty, you could get access to the parties, to the invite only, to the private yachts, to the billionaires club, just because they want to have you in the room. Now, we know what they want you in the room for, but if you're smart, you don't go for it. You work the room so that they invite you directly after. Whereas men got to earn the money, have the job, get the accolades, do the achievement in order to even almost have access to some of the things that she gets. So I actually feel like beautiful women get much more opportunities than men do. What y'all think?
It just depends on who you're asking.
Personally, I don't know the answer. I just feel like for me personally, I think that as a woman, I get more opportunities than a man because I think that men want me to be in the space, but they don't expect me to come with the character or the work ethic that I come with. And that's what keeps me in the room. What I look like might get me to the room, maybe if I know somebody, but what I'm built by or built of is what keeps me in the room.
If like I went over to a guy's house and he'd be like, oh, can you do my laundry? I'd be like, no. Maybe if I were in like a long-term relationship with him and I lived with him, yeah, for sure.
So should men wait until they're in long-term relationships and only start paying for dates then?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. You don't know?
I mean, no, I do know. I mean,
should men withhold chivalry until the woman's his girlfriend?
I don't think they would get into a relationship if they didn't have chivalry though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's you're right.
Yeah.
You're spot on. The men have to front load all the traditional gender roles or whatever. They have to front load it. But it's interesting. So I guess the question again, though, comes to what do women do?
What do you want them to do?
I'm asking you. I know what I want women to do.
Like, what do I do? Or
but
like,
what do you do? What do any women do really?
I just want to make sure I'm understanding this right. So you believe that you deserve the world, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong at all with that. But I just have one question. You say that you deserve the world, and your justification for that is you have all of these men in your life who buy you Uber Eats and take you out on dates and Uber Blacks, and they just provide everything to you. So you feel a sense of privilege. I should be taken care of because all of these men are willing to take care of me. And yet you're not dating a single one of them. Why? No. Don't leave. Don't leave the conversation because you know you don't have an answer. Well, you actually know the answer. You just don't want to say it, right? It's because you have expectations of what a man should be. My man has to look like this and he has to make this amount and he has to have a home like this. And you want a man like that to treat you like the simps do when they're not going to. Because the reason they have everything in life is because they didn't simp over women. If you have multiple men in your life that provide you whatever you want whenever you ask, then you should date those men. You shouldn't be saying, this is what I expect out of my man, because you'd get that out of your man if you dated the men that already did it for you.
The girls will get $5,500 each. The blokes will get $69,000
Each! Oh!
How can anyone justify this item?
They can't.
No.
I mean, the gender, I beg your pardon.
I can justify it.
How?
Why?
Why? I'll tell you what, stars don't get paid more money because, a sport doesn't become interesting because the stars are paid more money. Stars get paid more money because the sport is interesting. Let me ask you this. How many of you guys on the panel know who our Australian Matildas are playing in the quarterfinals? No, because you don't care about it. Now, if you cared about it...
I do if they win.
No, but that's the thing.
They beat
Do you know what? All of you can go and watch W League games in the women's competition here, but you don't. Now, when you start to go and watch these women play the wonderful football they do, then they'll earn more money.
But I don't go to watch the men play football either.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of people do, Ita. The Men's World Cup is one of the biggest money spinners on the planet. Women's football, even though at grassroots level it's working really, really well, it's got a long way to go. The other thing, let me ask you this about sports equality. The top 10 fastest men of all time in terms of sprinters are all black, of African origin. Are you telling me that the white guys should say, hold on, we should be paid just as much as the black guys for sprinting? No, because they're not as fast.
It was safe. Well, it's a hurricane, and it's coming down on you.
Where do I even start with this one? This is toxic at its lowest level. This couple in public, yeah? Arguing, tension, written all over them. He clearly wants space. He's walking ahead, trying to calm himself down. You can clearly see that he does not want to deal with her right now. He is begging for space, and she won't stop. She keeps poking him. She keeps pushing him. She keeps following him. She keeps wanting to engage. And she's disrespecting him publicly in front of many people. This is the worst thing you can do to a man in public, especially when he's at this state. When he pulls away, that is not the moment to go and chase him. That is the moment to back off right away. Walk next to him quietly, or walk behind him, or walk away and let him breathe and come back to you. But do not keep egging him on. Don't nag him. Don't instigate him. All you do is make him feel trapped, embarrassed, and disrespected. Not good. Men do not regulate like women. Sometimes they need some silence. Sometimes they need a little bit of distance, and sometimes they need a moment to cool down and cool off so they don't explode at you more. But she didn't give him that. She cornered him in public. No privacy, no space, no dignity at all. If your man is asking you for space, respect it. Give him that moment. That is how you keep the relationship from blowing up. And that's how you keep the respect alive. Women, don't do what this woman is doing.
And I really like what Chili J is saying, because these modern women, they sit up here, okay, you can't handle me, you can't afford me, I'm going to go find somebody else. The problem is it just seems like for whatever reason, and these modern women, they might in fact be able to pull these higher men, right? Some of these ladies are really good looking, have a nice body, even after children. They get in that gym, or some of them, I don't even gotta go. I don't even have to go to the gym. I woke up like this, right? But the issue is that something seems to always happen. In the majority of cases, something always happens. It just didn't work out. That's okay. I got 5 more. Another one, the timing wasn't there. I felt like God was leading me down a different path. Now you've got, 2 out of 5 that didn't work? That's okay. I got 3 more. If it's something or the other, one of these guys or 2 of these guys were jerks, so I don't really want to go out with them. And now you're down to 1 out of 5. And that guy's a simp. I don't really respect him, he doesn't really stand up for himself. He's too nice, And now you have 5 out of 5 that didn't work out. So what are you going to do? Well, I can't lower my standards. You actually can. There's plenty of other guys that are lower than these other guys that might work out for you. But of course, I don't like lowering your standards. So you don't find love, I guess. You don't find companionship.
There have been Black American women that have been surveilling passport bros in foreign countries. They go to Colombia, they go to Brazil and other locations, and they literally surveil the passport bros. It's okay, he's going over that bar over there. Mm-hmm. They doing over there, and who they talking to, and then they bring back their reports to TikTok. Black women really like TikTok, so they bring the reports over there tell you who's over there. The locals with the freakum dress on meet them on the tarmac at the airport, etc.
Yeah.
And many of these ladies are kind of. I just saw a video last week, and she was a pretty girl too. FBA, if you will. She was over. I think she was in Colombia, Cartagena, I believe, and she was almost in tears because no American brother would. They see her, and they cross over the other side of the street. And that's the type of treatment that many of the American black women get when they go to these locales, because the brothers don't want no parts of them. And nothing personal, sis, but look, I was talking to a brother earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about, and I don't know if you've seen this. Kevin one time asked the question of the ladies, do you belong to black men or not? And then asked, why is it so hard for so many of you sisters to smile?
Yeah.
We got so many calls that day.
I remember that.
One in particular fought him tooth and nail about why I gotta smile for you. Brother was on the dais today on my show. He said that right there, that was the final straw that broke the camel's back for me.
How does that work with you and your wife? Like, is she more like laid back?
My wife is she's everything that a woman's supposed to be. Soft-spoken, elegant, extremely laid back, extremely.
When y'all get in an argument, what does she do?
We don't do arguments.
Okay.
We don't argue.
If you guys get in a disagreement, what does she do?
She does what grown women do. She lets me be right until I realize I'm wrong.
Damn.
That's how grown women navigate. Yeah, I deal with feminine women.
Wait, say it again.
That was hard. Say it again.
She allows me to be right until I come back and realize I'm wrong. That's what smart women do.
So when do you come
Ladies,
back
that's
and
a new
realize you're
standard.
wrong?
It could be when I leave. I could go get in my car. It could be a day. It could be
What if
2
you
days.
never realize it?
She knows what kind of man she got. I'm going to realize it.
Man, this is the Nothing But the Truth live podcast.
If a man is testing you instead of choosing you, listen carefully. Men don't test women that they want to choose. They test women that they're unsure about or already know that they don't want to commit to. Not to choose her, but to justify not choosing her. Because when a man sees long term, he doesn't play games. He protects connection. And here's the part women miss. These tests aren't unconscious. They're quiet evaluations. Testing looks like mixed signals. Hot today, cold tomorrow. Pulling back to see if you'll chase. And doing the bare minimum to see if you'll accept it. And here's the part women miss. These tests aren't about compatibility. These tests are about convenience. He's watching. Will she over-explain? Will she lower her standards? Will she still stay if I give less? If you pass these tests, he doesn't respect you more. He just learns that he doesn't have to step up. A man who wants you doesn't see how much you'll tolerate. He shows up with consistency so he doesn't lose you. If you feel like you're being tested, he's already decided that you're temporary. Peace and love. Like and follow.
I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening and how these men are able to get away with it? Also, like, how can we stop this? It's out of control, and it's getting to a point where it needs to be stopped.
Okay. So she's super jealous of this new reality where guys are disgusted with American women in this country because it's really becoming like a pandemic of sorts of just horrible behavior. And they go to other countries and they meet women who want to be in their feminine, right? Because they haven't been indoctrinated in the same way.
This episode is for women. I know it's so easy to feel discouraged by all of the unfair that we have to deal with when it comes to double standards, misogyny, power imbalances, all of that. There are hard times in life where obviously I could sit and think this would never happen to a man. If I had a dick, like, would I be further? Would I be treated different? All of it. As women, we are up against the biggest uphill battle. We are not all of the things that a lot of men think we are and want us to be.
Your success comes from having a podcast where every single one of your guests is just someone talking about how much they want to cheat on their husband. You've demonstrated exactly why we're called the land of opportunity, because you used your opportunity to make a podcast for moms who accidentally burned the lasagna on a Sunday night because they were too busy fantasizing about cheating on their husband of 20 years with their Pilates instructor. And that's how you make money. More than 300 times the average man. More than 99% of the globe. So I'm not really understanding this angle that you people like to take, as if you're being held down. If anything, I'd say it's quite the opposite. You're doing the bare minimum. So imagine what women who are actually talented could do. But word on the street is she has the most listened to podcast by women in the world. So if you genuinely take advice from people like this, who are the top 0.01% of the world, who are feeding you victimhood because they'll say anything to keep themselves at the top and keep you on depression pills, and they laugh in your face because you fall for it every time. If these are your idols, then maybe you can't handle success anyway.
Hi, women don't leave good men. It usually takes a woman a really long...
No, that's stupid. Women leave good men all the time. I'm Max Butterfield, Dr. Max Butterfield. I study this kind of thing for a living, and if you're sick of the noise from the influencers, tired of the hot takes, the manipulation, the misinformation, the personal anecdotes leading you nowhere, follow me for daily science-backed reels about relationships, love, dating, attraction, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. No manipulation, no misinformation. I call out the BS, and I won't leave you. Well, I mean, I will, so you better follow me, or else you'll never see me again.
Not because I stand on what I said. The guy who has treated me the most like out of all the guys that I've dated was an ugly, literally the ugliest man.
What do you call yourself? Just asking. Also, nice septum ring nose piercing. Let's see if septum ring theory plays out here.
And out of all of them, treated me the worst. He looked like a rat. He was so ugly that when we were I had to close my eyes because I was scared that if I looked directly at him, I turned to...
Oh, he was so ugly that you had with him. He was so ugly that you spread your whole legs for him to literally get inside of you and be the most intimate two human beings can possibly be. Yeah, checks out, makes sense. You retarded freaking.
Oh, ugly fuck.
You're an ugly.
Guess who treated me the best out of all the boyfriends that I dated? The hot one with the big wiener.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe her. Believe no women is what I preach. And yeah, why don't I believe her? It's because I don't think an septum nose piercing wearing like her, who is, by the way, obviously insufferable, could actually pull a hot guy with a big schlong. And if she did, what the F are you doing, dude? Come on, increase your standards. Men need better standards. They need to increase their standards where women need to decrease their standards, be humbled, and get back in the kitchen, if not the doghouse, because they're a bunch of freaking
I don't think men leave happy homes. I think they leave once that respect is gone. I have been divorced for 8 years. I was with my ex-husband for a total of 10 years, and we have a child together. And these are some of the things that I have learned along the way. And no, it did not come overnight, but ladies, listen up. If you want true loyalty from a man, ladies, you have got to stop making your husband or significant other the punchline for your social media likes and the gossip ring for your girlfriends. And don't forget, respect is like oxygen for a man. You take it away long enough, and I'm going to tell you what, honey, he is going to suffocate. And men don't just wake up one day and just decide to leave. Men leave after the same repetitive days, like coming home after working hard all day to the nagging, complaining, moaning, and griping. This in the ear as soon as they walk in the door. And sometimes you hear these women say, I don't know what happened. He just changed. Or maybe he just adjusted to the way that you've been treating him. And some of you I know are going to say, well, it sounds like he just can't handle a strong woman. Then, no, I'm pretty sure he can handle a strong woman. He doesn't want to handle a disrespectful one. So when your husband gets home from work, hug him, tell him you love him, how much you appreciate him, how much you're thankful for the hard work that he does to provide for your family. Because I'm telling you, you do not want to be on the other side of this fence.
And, going back to, they're talking about a man seeing a woman crossing the street. And like he said, she was a pretty woman, but Men don't want to deal with that anymore. That's the problem that you're going to run into. Men don't have, it's time out for this foolishness. Men have continued to tell modern women, I don't like the way that I'm being treated. I don't like the way that you're talking to me. I don't like the way you're addressing me. I don't like the way you blow everything up and take everything to the extreme as if I'm a creep. I don't like the way you portray me in public, especially to my family, my friends. And when you get mad enough, you go to my job and try to get me fired. And really all I try to do was say hello to you. I don't like that. And modern women keep on doing it. And modern women are now getting the result of the consequences of what they've been doing. They're getting the result of what they've been asking for. And they don't like it, unfortunately for them.